Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed to your competitive biddings here today, let me just quickly draw attention to the contract sale, which has been made available to you prior to today's auction and on display for the last 30 minutes. Very straightforward auction contract. You find little difference compared to the others that we use in the state of Victoria for residential property auctions. Two parts of the contract form the framework of your competition here today, the particular sale, special and general conditions, plus the vendor statement which is attached to it, which is the more commonly known as a Section 32 document that outlines all the relevant information you need to know in terms of becoming the new owner of this property right here. Now, the particular sale reads as follows. The marketing agent for owner here today is Rewa Real Estate, and the property we sell is commonly known to you and I, your postman, and your Uber Eats delivery driver simply as 608 Springvale Road here in Mulgrave. Inclusive in today's sale, all fixture coverings, light fittings, window furnishings, everything that's in the permanent nature will be delivered to you by the owner as the condition you inspected here today. Settlement is flexible, 60 all the way up to 120 days. And we sell auction conditions today. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are the successful purchaser, upon signing the contract sale, you'll be liable to pay 10% deposit, of which if you choose to pay by the way of electronic transfer, $20,000 is the minimum amount that will require you to transfer by doing that. The contract you're signing will be unconditional. There is no putting off period. Now, as your auctioneer, it's my duty and responsibility to ensure today's auction is conducted in accordance with the rules set out in the Sale Land Regulations 2014 Schedule 1 or any additional conditions that's made available for inspection prior to today's auction. The rules prohibit false bidding, major interruptions by bidders, or a bidder try to prevent others from bidding, and any major interruptions, and there are fines for these conducts. Bidders will be indicated upon request by me as the auctioneer. The rules permit vendor bids. The terms I will use to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor will be simply vendor bid, and by law only I as the auctioneer here today can make a vendor bid. Lastly, and most importantly, buyers, if you want to be the one that's signing one of these in the next 15 to 20 minutes time, please pay particular attention to the next two rules because they are crucial for your success here today. One, by law, as the auctioneer, I cannot accept any bid or offers that's made after I declare the property sold. So before I knock it down to the successful purchaser here today, I'll simply call it out 3 times, like so. First call, second call, third and final call, and once the property has been knocked down, I can't take any more bids. And lastly, owner has a reserve price. In the event, if we fall short of that reserve, by law, only the last bidder will have the first opportunity to buy this property at our owner's reserve. Very straightforward and simple contract and auction rules, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome again to number 608 Springvale Road here in Mulgrave. This is a house that ticks pretty much all the boxes when you're looking for a luxury modern lifestyle home, or if you're looking for something have the space for your family but also at the same time offers you the functionality, the space and the location. If you're looking to run your home business, here look no further. 4 bedrooms upstairs and multiple living areas. We call it multiple because there's a retreat upstairs, formal lounge down here, family room right next to me, and also the home theatre in the front of the house. Multiple off-street parking facilities as well. There's no cutting corners when the owners built this property back in 2 years ago. Smack appliances, boasting the formal kitchen, and also the butler's pantry just around the corner, which you will appreciate if you love cooking. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to focus on the features of the property here today because a lot of you have been through the property on many occasions during the campaign the last 3 to 4 weeks. Just one thing I wanted to touch on before we started bidding. Houses like this, just like I said before, doesn't come to the market on a daily basis. If you missed out on this one, it won't be another week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks until we call you and say, hey, sir and ma'am, we found something similar to Springvale Road you missed out 3 weeks ago. It will be months before something like this comes to the market. So one suggestion for you, if you are here with the intention to buy, ladies and gentlemen, the best strategy on your bidding here today is keep putting your hand up. Because if you missed out, you will wait a long time until we find something else for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, hand it over to you, a 608 Springvale riding Mulgrave. Where do we see a fair, reasonable, even-handed start? In your hands now. The guided range starts at 1.5 to 1.6 million. I don't mind to start a bit of a lower than that, but wherever you're comfortable, ladies and gentlemen.
1.4.
At 4 is the call to $1,400,000. Welcome to you, sir. At 1.4, a quarter $20,000 rise from this point. At $1,400,000, beats over here in the center against everyone. At $1,400,000, can I call it 20 from anyone here? At 1.4 is the call. At $1,400,000, call a 420 anywhere. At 1.4 is the bid. At $1,400,000, are we done? Certainly not at this level. At 1.4 is the call. At $1,400,000, can I call a 420 anyone? At 1.4 is the call now. At $1,400,000, all done first time. At $1,400,000 over there was the starting bidder. $1,400,000. At 1.4 is the call. At $1,400,000, who's got a call of 420? At 1.4 is the bid. At $1,400,000, are we all done? All finished? All silent? For the second time, at $1,400,000. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to sell, you are here to buy. In order to do that, we need your active participation. The guided range is 1.5 to 1.6. At 1.4 this level, that should be sea of hands, ladies and gentlemen. At 1.4, your bid, sir. At 1.4 is the bid. At $1,400,000, I'll call it last 3 times. Third and final opportunity. At 1,000,000.
420?
Oh, 420. Welcome to you, sir. 420 straight back, sir. At $1,420,000, call a 40 on the nod. At double 40 against you now, sir. At $1,440,000, take me to 60. At 40 is the bid. At $1,440,000, dead against you, sir. Call a 60. 60 now, sir. Call it 80. I'll take me straight to 1.5. At $1,460,000 against you here. At $1,460,000, what do you want to do? At 460 is the call. At 60 up, 480, call it 1.5, sir. At 480, bitch was opening bidder. At $1,480,000, what would you like to do? 1.5, good bid there. At 1.5 now. At $1,500,000, that's $1.5 million against you, opening bidder. What do you want to do? At 1.5 is the call here. At $1,500,000. We're rolling tens and see if that works. At 1.51. At 510. At $1,510,000 against you, sir. What do you want to do? 10 or better bids. At $1,510,000 with the opening bidder. Bids to my left now. At $1,510,000, calling once. At 1,530,000. 530, good bid, that's the way to go. At 530 is the call. At $1,530,000, flex your auction muscle, that's the way to go. At 1,500,000.
1.54.
540, at 40, new bidder. All the best luck with your bidding at 540. 40 against you now, sir. At $1,540,000, also opening bidder. Bids over here to 1,550,000. Double five now to 1.550.
1.58.
8, good bid, at 580, at 1.58. Against you, sir. Take me to 1.6. 580 now. $1,580,000. Also opening bidder. At $1,580,000. Shake your head the wrong way. This will get you the house. At $1,580,000 over there now against you, sir. What do you say? What?
1.6.
6, good bid. At 1.6. At $1,600,000. Looks like between you two now. At 1.6 is the call. At 1.6. 10 or better bid against you here at 1.6. At $1,600,000. First call now. At $1,600,000. 10 or better. Your call at $1,600,000 with the gentleman to my left. What do you say? Second call at $1,600,000.
We take 5,000 for now.
take your 5, 605. 605 here. Same opportunity, 5 or better, 605 is the bid, and 1,605,000. Against you, sir. 605 is the bid of $1,605,000. Once now at 1.605. Twice now at $1,605,000. All done, all finished, all silent at $1,605,000. Need to know third and final opportunity at $1,605,000. Sir, what do you say? 5 or better bid will put you back to the driver's seat at $1,605,000. Hold done, hold finished, hold silent at $1,605,000. I'll give you a moment to think about your next move, sir. I should return, sir.
They got one, it's very good, but at this stage, because they're business, it's just
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, because due to the owners' circumstances, one of the parties is not here, so that's why it took a little bit longer. But you are holding the highest bid. The gavel is out, which means we are on the market and selling. If there's no more bids, opening bidder, and also, sir, here at $1,605,000, the current bid will be selling to my right here at $1,605,000. Preliminary congratulations over here at $1,605,000. Are we all done? All finished? All silent now, sir? You had about 7.5 minutes to think about your next move.
Another 10?
Another 10, 15, and 1615 at $1,615,000 against you here. We're on the market and selling at 1615 is the call at $1,615,000 is the call here. What do you say, ma'am? At 1615, your bid there at $1,615,000. What do you say? 217 at 17 now at 1617 at $1,617,000. Jack, bids over here 1617. What do you say? At $1,617,000. What do you say, sir? Quarter 20. Another 10 on top. Flex your auction muscle. It's the time to do that. At $1,617,000 over here. Are we done? 1617 is the call. At $1,617,000. Have I got your best here today? At 1617 now. First call at $1,617,000, sir. What do you say? At $1,617,000. All done, all finished, all silent now. At $1,617,000. Sir. At 1617, appreciate your patience. Just try to do the best thing for the owner. $1,617,000 against you here. To be fair to them as well, sir. Need to know at $1,617,000. Second call at $1,617,000. All done, finished, and silent for the third and final opportunity. At $1,617,000. $1,617,000. At 1617 is the current bid. Need to know. At 1,617,000. Last chance. First call. At 1,600,000. Another 3, make it 2620. At 1,620,000. Almost got it. What do you say? 1,620,000. Against you here at $1,620,000. First call. 1620. Second call at $1,620,000. Quickly now. At 1620. 6,000. A 1626. 26 on top of 1,600,000. A 1626. At $1,626,000 against you now, sir. What do you say? At 1626 bids to my right. At $1,626,000. Once now. At 1626. Second call at $1,626,000. Are we all done? All finished? Need to know, sir, to 1626. Your bid at $1,626,000. For the third and final opportunity at 1,000,000 at 4. Round me up a quarter 30. At 30 now. At 163. 1.63. 2. 32. 32 now to 1632. At 1,332,000. 2 it on top of your bid at 1.632 now. Looks like it's just between you two. Only one can sail. What do you say to 1632 to 1,632,000? Over here. Once now. Are we done? Second call at $1,632,000. Are we all done, finished, and silent now to 1,632,000? Sir, I need to know. At 1.632. What do you say? I need to know, sir. For the third and final opportunity at $1,632,000. Sir, what do you say? Or permission to sell? To be fair to them as well. At 1,632,000. Are we done? Last 3 calls and 3 calls only. First, second. 535. That's 35 here. 1635. 1,635,000. Took them a while. Could be the last one. You never know. 1,635,000. And 1635. Calling 3 times. First call at 1,635,000. Second call at $1,635,000. Bids to my left. All done, all finished, all silent for the third and final opportunity at 1,635,000. Need to know. Or permission to sell then at 1,635,000. At 1,635,000. What do I say? 38. 38 now. 1638. Against you now, sir, at 1,638,000. Are we done? First call call at $1,638,000. Second call at $1,638,000. All done, all finished, all silent. For the third and final opportunity at $1,638,000. Sir, I need to know. You're in or out?
1.64.
640. 640 here. That's 640 or 1.64. At $1,640,000, what do you say? Three calls and first time at 1.64. Second call at $1,640,000 and all done, all finished, all silent. For the third and final opportunity at $1,640,000. Are we all done? Once the gavel hits the contract, I can't take any more bids. Need to know at 1,640.
1 million.
What do you say? 42? 42 it is. So 42, sir. What do you say? 1,642. Take me to 50. At 1.642 now. First call at $1,642,000. Second call at $1,642,000. All done for the third and final opportunity at $1,642,000. Need to know. So what do you say? At 642. It's going! Going! Once the gavel hits the contract, I can't take any more bids. I need to know. At 1,642 is the bid. Are we all done? At 1,642. I can't hold this position for too long, sir. 1,642.
45.
45. 45. At 1,645. 45 is the call. At 1,645 against you. 47. 47 here. At 47, what do you say? Call it 50, sir. $47 here. At 1,647. Take me to 50, sir. At 1,647. At 47 here. Once, twice, three times at 1,647,000. All done, all finished, all signed in here at 1,647,000. Sir, I need to know. $1,647. Last three call. Once, twice, three times. It is going. Going. Need to know. At 1,647. Definitely out. At 1,647,000. To be fair for them, sir. At 1,647, in or out? Need to know.
$1.65.
50. 50 it is. 650. 1.65. At 1,650,000. What do you say? At $1,650,000 against you here. At least I know I've got a fangirl. At 1,650,000 against you here. Once now at 1.65. 56. 1656. 1656. $1,656,000. Are we done? First call, $1,656,000. Second call, $1,656,000. All done, all finished, all silent, 1656. For the third and final opportunity, $1,656,000. What do you say, sir? 1656. Last three times, once, twice, three times, $1,656,000. Need to know it is going. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new owner. It's sold. Congratulations. Well aboard. Commiserations to the owner bidders. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for attending another successful Railway auction. Have a good afternoon.